And first of all, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsang. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Tupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, and also the key deity for the Dharma transmission today, Machig Labdron, and the black wrathful Dakini. Simu, Tutan Siddhi Rinpoche, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet.
Former Vice President, current Chairman of the KMT, Mr. Wu and Mrs. Wu. Vice Mayor of Nantou County, Mr. Chen. Legislator, Ms. Ma Wen-jun. Legislator, Mr. Xi Zhijie. Nantou County Council, Mr. Lu Zhong, and also Ms. Tang Xiaofan, and the Secretary, Ms. Zhu. Director of the Civil Affairs Department, Nantou County Government, Ms. Wu. Head of the Religious Section, Civil Affairs Office, Nantou County Government, Mr. Tsang. And the representatives of the legislator, Xu Hua. And Taochun Town People's Congress, Mr. Chen Jiacai. Mayor of the Taochun Town, Mr. Jian Jingxian. Nantou County KMT Acting Chairman, Mr. Liu Honglie. Director of the Legislator Ma Wen-jun's office, Mr. Huang Shirong. Chief of Sanjiaoli, Mr. Chen Songmao. Republic of China's Taipei's mission at Sweden and Norway, Daniel Liao and Dharma Sister Judy, Chief Secretary of Taiwan Government, Mr. Tsang and Mrs. Zhou, from Academia Sinica, Professor Zhu and Mrs. Zhu. From Asia College of Knowledge Management, Dr. Li and Mrs. Li. From the Chinese University Hong Kong, Professor Tang Weilun. Chubuda Scholar Group and Medical Groups. Law Advisor, Chubuda School, Lawyer Zhong Huifang, Lawyer Luo Riliang, Lawyer Huang Yueqing. From School of Literature, University of St. Paul, Brazil, Dr. Chen and Mrs. Chen. Brazilian Huaguang Language and Cultural Center, Confucius Classroom Principal, Dr. Qi, the Vice Principal, Ms. Liang, and from Atlanta, America, Dr. Zhou Hong. From Canada, Dr. Olivia. From Indonesia, Dadang Cultural Enterprise, the President, Mr. Tsang and Mrs. Tsang. And from Malaysia, Nadu, Mr. Lei Feng-yi and Nadine, Miss Tsang, and their daughter Lei Qian. And Malaysia, Nadu, Mr. Li Hai and Nadine, Li Qing, and their daughter Li Qi and Li Xueli. Malaysia, Nadine, Miss Li Fei.
United States, California, war smoker.云林古坑乡石林寺住持慧智法师。
From Yunlin Gukeng.
台中地王宫住持蔡碧如师姐。
Okay, from 玉皇宫 Dharma Sister Tabiru. From United Arab Emirates, the president of the Royal Greenfield Group, Miss Lin Kuan-yin, and also the Taiwanese representatives of the Greenfield Group, Miss Mai Guixiang, the famous celebrity in Taiwan, Mr. Tai Zhiyuan. Mai Kabei Internet TV companies, the general manager, Mr. Liao Qizhang. And wood sculptor, Mr. Jian Zhengxin.
My university sent 朱金水先生及夫人陈德祥女士。稻果连接厅主持人袁科上师。
The TV program Lamday, the host Dr. Lian He and Dr. Lian Jia Mr. Okay. The producer of the TV program Illuminating Your Heart, Rebecca Shi. Grandmaster's family and Shimu's families. Representatives of the Nantou citizens, Miss Jiang. Okay, we appreciate the donation from Malaysia, Dharma Sister Tsang Wei-ying. And from Malaysia, Dharma brother Chen Ming, $108,335. And Dharma brother Zhang Shunrong, $100,000. From Indonesia, Dharma Sister Zhang Weiling, $100,000. And from Singapore, Liang Hua Zhilong, $100,000. Dharma Sister Zhang Weijun donate $100,000. From Indonesia, Dharma Sister Chen Chaiyun, $100,000. From Indonesia, Dharma brother Fang Chengrong, $100,000. From Indonesia, Dharma brother Xi Li Chun, $100,000. From Indonesia, Dharma brother Fang Chengrong, $100,000. From Indonesia, Dharma brother Xi Li Chun, $100,000. From Indonesia, Dharma brother Fang Chengrong, $100,000. From Indonesia, Dharma brother Xi Li Chun, $100,000. And Dharma sister Lin Kuan-yin, $100,000. And Liang Hua Che-fei's Dharma sister, $100,000. And we appreciate Nantou County Mayor to send the bouquet. And also the representatives, the chairman of the representatives, Cao Tun-tang, Mr. Hong, Vice Chairman, Miss Chen, send the bouquet.
感谢这个今天所有来的上师、法师、教授师。
Thank you to all the participating Dharma masters, venerables, disciples, participants, our special guest. Thank you so much for coming. Good afternoon, how do you do?
你好，大家好。唔該晒，多謝晒。還有感恩，有越南的同門，有越南的同門。
For disciples from Vietnam.
Selamat siang, selamat pantai.
Also disciples from Thailand, Sawadikot. And disciples from Korea, Kamsamnida. And from Japan. And disciples from America and Canada. And disciples from France. And disciples from Germany. From Germany, Deutsch. And disciples from Spain.
Hola, amigo, te quiero mucho.
And from Brazil, South.
还有没有？还有哪里来的？
Anywhere else? That's about it.
应该还有很多国家来的，应该还有。
There should be many other countries.
我平时念的。I stay to.
I usually say,
Hola amigo, que quiero mucho. すごい一番気持ちいい。大家好，今天非常高兴。
How do you do? I am extremely pleased today.
还有我们欢迎这个
We would like to welcome Machig Labdron.
刚刚
Just now, when I lit the Homa fire, 100,000 Machig Labdron and 100,000 black wrathful dakinis all descended. And when I was there were 100,000 Machig Labdron. She's white. However, her damaru or hand drum it was shooting fires in the sky. And her Vajra bell is the same. Radiating fire, shooting fire all over the place. She's not clutching on Kachanka, but Kachanka should have 3 skulls, but this one is only 1 skull. So this is called the ritual staff. So the black wrathful dakini is clutching on the Kachanka, and it was all transformed into fire. So Machig Labdron and dakinis of the 10 directions all descended. So Machig Labdron was accompanied by a host of 100,000 dakinis, and they all descended and danced together in the sky. So it was truly astonishing. And their dance was something I've never seen before. It was truly wild. A very wild dance. It's even wilder and more beautiful than the belly dance. It's something I've never seen in my life. And I saw the black, wrathful dakinis. As I lit the Homa fire at the beginning, so when I used the Vajra staff to open the Homa fire pit, the black wrathful dakinis descended, and she's holding this kartika, a curved knife, and chop off my head and throw my head into the Homa fire. And then she chopped off my 2 arms and threw it into the Homa fire, and my 2 legs and my body, and she threw it into the Homa fire. So in that flash of a moment, she threw my whole self into the Homa fire pit. That was the black wrathful dakini, and she told me, this is the self-sacrifice practice that she taught. After burning it, I circumambulated once and returned to this Dharma throne. I transformed to become Machig Labdron. And the mudra transformations was done by Machig Labdron and the black wrathful dakini. So let me tell you that all of you who come to the ceremony are truly blessed and fortunate. But someone who came and left was that XXXX, 4X. I couldn't say 3. I could just say that the Dharma masters who come and attend today are truly fortunate. But the masters who do not attend and the venerables or disciples who do not attend today, well, no need to say more. That's how it is. Let me tell you that Machig Labdron and her self-sacrifice practice are rarely encountered. It's very rare. And this will be my only Dharma transmission. I will not teach about it anymore. After the empowerment today, I will not give another empowerment on this. So you can ask the Dharma masters to give you empowerment, and that's not related to me. Doesn't matter who gives the empowerments or who receives the empowerments. It's not my business, but I will only teach about it now. But only now. It's very difficult to receive this Dharma transmission. Although you can read it on the internet about this practice, however, as it was played on the monitor earlier, if you can grasp on the key points, that would be the most important. There are 3 or 4 major goals. The first one is for giving and generosity. So you give your own body so that it becomes the red and white ambrosia as an offering to the 4 Sixthly realms, 6 rebirth realms, and the 10 Dharma realms, and to the karmic creditors and to the 4 maras. So you offer it completely. So that's giving and generosity. That's the first key point. So that the 10 Dharma realms, consisting of the 4 Sixthly realms and 6 rebirth realms, all the karmic creditors, including the 4 maras, would be pleased. This is something very difficult to do. That's the first main goal, is for generosity. After you give away your body, the second key point, once you are able to sacrifice your whole body, once you have done that, let me tell you, that means you have no self, or selflessness. Like during the lay bodhisattva precept ritual earlier, you have to practice this no self. The key thing that the Buddha taught was that it's very difficult to break the ego or ego fixation. Why sentient beings have ego fixation? that they have their loved ones, hatred ones, positive and negative feelings. That's because of attachment to self. And because ego exists, that's why you have love versus hatred, close versus far. But once you offer your body and sacrifice your body, then of course there is no more self. So you have no more self and ego. So once you have this ego, then you would have love, hatred, then you have loved ones and enemies. That's because of your attachment to yourself. And it's just feelings and thinking or mindsets that's generated due to ego. So the Machig Labdron self-sacrifice practice, you offer your whole body. Then naturally, the ego will disappear. The self-grasping will disappear, right? Because the body is dead, it's gone. So there's no more love, hatred, friends or enemies. And with no self, you have no more worries, no more afflictions. Because your body has been offered to Machig Labdron and to those in the 10 Dharma realms. And your whole body has been burned away. There's no more self. So where would your afflictions exist? And because of this ego or this self, you have afflictions, you have disturbing emotions. So that's the inner meaning. That's the second key point. The outer meaning is offering, and the inner meaning is to cut off self. And so the self, no self, and then the ego fixation, they're all gone. And the third key point is that your intrinsic pure light will appear. And you would be able to see your own Buddha nature. And you would be able to see your own basic or intrinsic pure light. So the three greatest meanings. First is giving, offering. Second, ego fixation and affliction will be eradicated. And third, the intrinsic pure light will appear. Intrinsic pure light will appear. So if you cultivate spiritually using the self-sacrifice practice, immediately your intrinsic pure light will appear. Until one day you see your intrinsic pure light and you merge with it. You merge amidst it, then that is your attainment. So what I just taught was very simple. Every one of you would understand. But the persons or the people who left did not receive any empowerment. So they are not able to practice this Dharma. They should not practice this Dharma. So any of you today who stay here until you receive empowerments, then it would be very easy for you to have attainments by doing this practice. The video has been shown to you earlier. Once you receive the empowerment, then you can practice this Dharma practice. So any masters, any reference, any disciples, or anyone who is not present here now for the empowerment, then you cannot perform this practice. Unless you go to Seattle to personally request for this empowerment. No more in Taiwan, but I will not teach it again. I will not transmit it again. As I said, because Machig Labdron and the Black Wrathful Dakini have truly great affinity. First, in my bedroom in Seattle, I have a tanka of Machig Labdron right inside my bedroom in the tantric quarter. And the Black Wrathful Dakini where is Elizabeth? She's sitting right there in the front. So the Black Wrathful Dakini was painted by Elizabeth. And this tanka, she gave this tanka to Hui Jun, and that would be a waste. So she brought the Black Wrathful Dakini, and she doesn't have any connection with her. What? You like it too? Then why didn't you give it to me? Oh, because I like to offer what I like most to Grandmaster. Oh, then you're very eloquent. You speak really well. Because Elizabeth painted this Black Wrathful Dakini to Master Hui Jun. Oh, Master Hui Jun asked Elizabeth to paint it. So she gave it to Master Hui Jun, and Master Hui Jun gave it to me. So I hang it next to my desk in my Taiwan's house. Right? So I have really great affinity with Machig Labdron and with the Black Wrathful Dakini. So today, 100,000 of Machig Labdrons and 100,000 of Black Wrathful Dakinis all came to this Taiwan temple. So it's really your blessings. You're truly blessed. So I have taught about the meanings that in your spiritual cultivation, in your practice, it's extremely important. As you know, Machig Labdron's appearance is extremely beautiful. So her look is extremely beautiful. Her right hand is holding a Damaru. Her left hand is holding a Vajra bell. And she's standing on a lotus blossom in a dancing posture, playing with the hand drum and the bell. And she stands on her left leg and the right leg is hanging in the air and in a dancing posture. Her mantra. You know, the mantra at True Buddha School is slightly different. Om Pecha Machila Xia Hom Hom. And the mantra of the Tibetans. Hom Hom Pei, Che Che, 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 Hom Hom Pei, Che Che. That was the mantra, the typical mantra recited by the Tibetans. So Che 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 in Chinese sounds like cut, 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 cut. But for us, it's Xia Xia. Because when the knife moves really fast, so with the swish, it'll cut. It'll be cut. Xia Xia. Hom Hom Pei. So the mantra recited by True Buddha School is different from the mantra recited by the Tibetans. And with mantra, her image and mudra, the mudra of a Dakini. Why is the mudra of a Dakini? Because she is a Dakini. Machig Labdron is in the Aoming heaven, in the Pure Land of all Dakinis, Kechara. And so her mudra is the same as the mudra of Golden Mother. So with the mudra, her image and her mantra, you can do the sadhana. You can perform the Dharma practice, sadhana, and that would be the Machig Labdron deity yoga. And the most important part that I want to transmit today is the black wrathful Dakini, how you practice it. Like it was mentioned in the video earlier. Let's play the video once more because you may not have seen it earlier.
手印即观想，手结马吉拉尊手印，先观空，把自己完全化在虚空之中，观想自己变为明体，念观空咒3遍。 Om Spava Sutta Sarva Dharma Spava Suttohan. Om Spava Sutta Sarva Dharma Spava Suttohan. Om Spava Sutta Sarva Dharma Spava Suttohan. 观想虚空中出现莲花和月轮。 月轮上有黑色吽字，吽字旋转，变化为马吉拉尊，身白色，一面2臂3目，裸身，骨饰珍宝为庄严，右手摇法鼓，左手持金刚铃，右足弯曲悬空。 左足伸5立姿，观想马吉拉尊甜心放出一道白光，直照行者甜心；喉轮放出一道红光，直照行者喉轮；心轮放出一道蓝光，直照行者心轮。白、红、 蓝，三光加倍，融入行者身心。接着观想，行者由自身的明点如豆大飞上虚空，念佩字，转化成马吉拉黑怒母，右手持月刀，左手持嘎巴拉，左手夹卡赞嘎的权杖，而行者自身仰卧，观身子如同大千世界一般大的尸体。嗡阿吽。于是马吉拉黑怒母用月刀割下了行者的头，用3个支架支起，支架下面升起了熊熊烈火，自己的头如炉气。嗡阿吽。马吉拉黑怒母用月刀将尸体分支分解，一一焚烧，成了甘露。嗡阿吽哈，成了白色甘露。嗡阿吽啊，成了红色甘露。嗡阿吽。先将红白甘露供养上师本尊护法。嗡阿吽。再将红白甘露供养6道众生及自己的冤亲债主。嗡阿吽。令上师本尊护法欢喜。嗡阿吽。令自己的冤亲债主欢喜高兴而离去。嗡阿吽。令鬼神众欢喜。嗡阿吽。这种修法是舍身发大菩提心，将自我完全舍弃供养，消灭自我的贪嗔痴等。因为如此的修法，很容易就得到了资粮具足，修正无我，证得空性成就。此法一切口诀都是大圆满，最大的施舍就是最大的福报。
那大家把这一段修法把它记住。
So you can remember this practice procedure.
人的身上
Actually, inside a human body, we have the white light drops and the red light
白
drops.
色的明点在天心，
The white light drops are at the brow
那
chakra.
是属于父亲所传下来的明点，遗
This
留在我们身上。
belongs to the light drops inherited from the father.
红色的
And
明
the
点
red light
在
drops
脐轮，
at the navel chakra.
那是母亲所留下的
And
红色的明
we
点。
inherited the red light drops
我
from
们自
mother.
身在火中燃烧以后，
After our body is burned in the fire,
红色
we
的
become
白色的
the
甘露
red and
一
white
整个嘎巴拉里
ambrosia
面都是红
inside
色
the kapala.
跟白色的甘露，也就是我们身上红色
So,
跟
and
白色
the red and white ambrosia
自己
was the red and white light
全
drops.
身呢来供养，
And then you offer your whole body,
内
first
做
as an
孝
outer offering and the inner offering to eliminate ego, fixation, and afflictions.
真正的意义
And
不是福分而已，
the true meaning is not only to gain more blessings,
带
It is once you eliminate your ego and affliction, then your intrinsic pure nature or Buddha nature will appear. And the intrinsic pure nature is the Buddha nature. So your own Buddha nature will appear naturally. So in our tantric spiritual cultivation, according to Lamde, they put a great importance on inner fire practice. So you use fire to burn away your own body, to burn away your ego, self-fixation, all the habitual tendencies, dispositions, and afflictions. All of them burn completely. So you can use the tumo, the inner fire practice, to burn your body completely, so that your ego fixation would be gone completely too. So the most important part of Hevajra and Lamde is in the inner fire practice. And naturally, once you burn your whole body completely, then you would attain the no self or selflessness. So today, Machig Labdron and the black wrathful Dakini. So the black wrathful Dakini is an emanation of Machig Labdron. And where did Machig Labdron come from? What is her origin? She was born in Tibet. When she was young, together with her older sister, studied under Sonam Lama. So what she learned from Sonam Lama was 4 kinds of Pakmo empowerments, which is Dorje Pamo, like Vajravarahi. So the Pamo, Dorje Pamo, 4 empowerments from Sonam Lama. So, and then she studied about the methods to enter into samadhi. Later on, there were 2 lineages. One is the Chot. So she studied from this Shijie transmission or lineage, and then later on, as what we know as Bodhidharma, went to Tibet. And Machig Labdron met this Padampa Sangye, because they like to use Pa, Padam Sangye or Padampa Sangye. Master Lien Wang. So Padam Sangye. Yeah, Padampa. There was a Tampa in Florida in the United States. And there's this huge Disneyland in Tampa, right? I have been there. Padampa Sangye. or Dampa Sangye or Padam Sangye, either one of them. Just a name. When Machig Labdron met him, so she became the founder of Cho, and a great female Mahasiddha of Tibet were very few, and Machig Labdron was one of them. So after they met, Padampa Sangye transmitted the Cho transmission to Machig Labdron. So when Padampa Sangye met Machig Labdron, he found that she embodied 4 great wisdom. He knew that she was from the Prajna Buddha Mother to all the Dakinis, to Vajravarahi, and the lineage continues. So above Machig Labdron was Vajravarahi, and then above, even higher, was Prajna Buddha Mother. So from Prajna Buddha Mother to Dorje Pamo to Machig Labdron. So Machig Labdron, Buddha Dharma, you have 4 great wisdom, and the self-sacrifice practice is very famous. So any of you who receives the empowerment today and practice accordingly, so even if you, to the point where you sacrifice yourself or your life, so like Grandmaster practices death every day, and upon death you're not attached to anything anymore because you're dead already. Are you still attached to your positions? No more. You're dead already. So just now many people were getting married, right? But Sumo and I get along really well. That's very rarely encountered. We're 100% well together. I am willing to accompany Sumo till old age. Perhaps I would die before Sumo, so she would accompany me until my death. So do you know, until now, Grandmaster's heart still beats very fast. Like the deer is bumping all over, so the deer is not dead yet. So my heart would beat fast when I see Sumo. When I see the little girls like Li Qian or Li Qi, Yi Ting, all the same, my heart would beat very fast. Now I cannot say it. My heart would also beat very fast. So Grandmaster is always 25. So although I'm 25, I practice death. So I am not affected by any external circumstances because I have no circumstances. and I have no I, no self. I know that the fast heartbeat is also false. Tomorrow, we will go to Linko Stadium, and I will teach about the Avatamsaka 3 empowerments. One is about emptiness, about falsehood, and the middle way. That's called the Huayan or Avatamsaka 3 empowerments. They are very profound, very high. So the Madhyamaka gives high attainments. Once you entered into Madhyamaka, it's actually no birth and no death. So birth and death are encompassing each other. So I will talk about it in details tomorrow. But why do I talk about death today? Because in the Cho transmission, the Cho lineage, the most important thing is about cutting off, severance, which you cut off everything. So you cut off even birth and death. Once you cut off everything, once you die, everything is cut off. Most importantly, you should not be reincarnated, should not be in the rebirth cycle. Why are you still in the rebirth cycle? Because you have a strong fixation to self, to love, hatred, friends and foes. So then you would be in the rebirth cycle. So what is this severance or cutting? My body is not mine, my head is not mine, my thoughts are not mine, my mind is not mine, my heart is not mine. What belongs to you? Nothing. Nothing belongs to you. And because of this, you have attainment. So about name and reputation, nothing, none of it. Slanders and defamations. Go ahead. We cannot say just get out. But in Chinese with the eggs, but there's no more eggs in Taiwan nowadays. So the 8 winds of Buddhism, they all should not be cared for, because once you die, what are you still worried about? Wealth has no use anymore. You cannot even use them. Maybe the paper, the spirit money, the true Buddha paper monies, and sex, sensuality, because you're gone already. So beauty and ugliness are not the matter anymore. So the ugly ones are not necessarily the chubby ones. You know, the Empress Yang Guifei was fat, but not greasy. Was voluptuous. So all the beauties during the Tang dynasty are all voluptuous and needy. So those are unrelated, whether you're beautiful or ugly. Or positions, doesn't matter how high it is. Like the emperors, they're all very high. from the Emperor Shenong. We are the descendants of Shenong and Huangdi, the Yellow Emperor. But where is now the Yellow Emperor? At the Yellow Emperor Temple. So the descendants, Tang Yi Xia Sang Zhuo Qing Han, Si Guo Wei Qin Nan, the North and Southern Dynasty, Sui Tang Song Yan Ming Qing, and then the People's Republic, and then Taiwan and China. All the emperors are great, occupied highest positions. But how many emperors do you remember? None. Like in the Tang Dynasty, Tsang Guan Zizi, and then in the who should we elect in the election? You should elect the populace, someone that cares for the common people. But if someone is only concerned about their own name, position, and privileges, then please don't vote for him or her. You should vote for someone who provides service to the common people, who benefit the people. This is the key point. So in Taiwan now, you can check of the presidential candidates which one would provide service and do work for the common people. The wife was in the shower and shouted all of a sudden, "Husband, someone was peeping on me." And the husband said, "Really? Why don't you open the window right away? Are you crazy?" And the husband said, "You can let him see you clearly, and then in the future he would not do it again." So this kind of things will happen after marriage. However, let me tell you, what's there to see? After you die, if after you die, your soul still looking, then you would definitely be reborn in the rebirth cycle. A true death is a true birth. When you encounter someone that you like, you have to tell them, her, even if you're rejected, it's not that. 开什么？Because you're ugly. But if you're truly dead, that will not happen. Please forgive people who have harmed you. If you do it the first time, that's blind love. Second is a tolerance. And third time is a habit. But in our death, that's not a habit because there's no more habitual tendencies. Marriage is the funeral of romantic love. But when everybody's the same, then there would be a common cemetery ground. He says it. So at the age of romantic love, then you should get into it with it all. You should not miss it, because if you miss it, then you would be in arranged dating, arranged marriage. The grandpa said, the granddaughter asked the grandpa, why did you say that human life starts at 70? Because you start having arthritis, pain, and heart diseases, strokes, all start at 70. If you often visualize that you're already dead, then you would befriend your sickness. And even the sickness will be gone because you're dead already. Lao Tzu once said a famous statement. My worries, the whole life is because of the body. That's because he never practiced Machig Labdron, Dharma practice. Because if you practice the Machig Labdron self-sacrifice practice, you don't even have bodies anymore. An elderly man went to see a doctor. My memory is really bad. I don't remember where I live, and when I eat at the restaurant, I don't pay and left, and I forgot my wife's name. And the doctor asked, when did you start having this problem? And the elderly man said, you say that I have a problem? I don't, because he's forgotten about it. He's forgotten about what he just said. Recently, I have this phenomena. Listen carefully. When I clean my teeth, first I use the water pick, and then I use the tiny brush to brush between the teeth, and then I use the floss, and then lastly I would use the Sonicare, the electric toothbrush, to clean them all. That's why my teeth are always clean. But a problem recently appeared. And what is it? I would clean the teeth, the upper teeth, and then I clean the lower teeth. But when I do my lower teeth, I forgot. Have I done my upper teeth? Then I do it again. And when I do my upper teeth, I forgot if I've done my lower teeth. And then, if I do my lower teeth again, I forgot again. So, I do it again and again. So, that's why it took me a long time for me to clean my teeth. Please forgive me, because I really forget. So before we eat, when I pick up my chopsticks, you should tell me, Grandmaster, please make offering first. But it's okay. You know why? Because when you're dead, after you perform the self-sacrifice practice, nothing exists anymore. Everything is gone. Whether you forget or not forget, they are all gone. Thank you, everybody. Om Mani Padme Hum.